Special is coming to the campus of Central Michigan University.
2,600 athletes competing in the Michigan Special Olympics.
Today, Erin Mills with the Special Olympics is here along with Jackie Putney Bunt, an athlete who also serves on the board of directors. And Erin, some people may have heard Meyer Games Special Olympics. Can you tell us a little bit about it?
Yeah, the 2013 Special Olympics State Summer Games presented by Spartan Stores are coming up next week in Mount Pleasant, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. It all starts off big, huge opening ceremony celebration. We've got some celebrities coming in, reality stars, the Biggest Loser contestant,
Wow.
Jeff Nichols, who was the runner-up. He's from Michigan. He's going to be there. Shibu Abdullah, who's from Mount Pleasant. She was an American Idol, top 20 female finalist. So a lot of kind of reality stars kicking things off to kind of get the big thing going, which is obviously the celebration of the athletes themselves.
Right, that's right. And Jackie, you've been involved in Special Olympics for a long time. Tell us about your sport. How did you get started? And what's it like to compete on this level? I mean, the state games, it's got to be just incredible for an athlete.
It is. I started off actually in gymnastics at 3.5, and then my coach at Gymco just said, I'm doing Special Olympics, why don't you come join me and some of your best friends? And there was a group of 3 of us girls, and I don't even remember how many guys anymore. And we went, my very first year, I was 8, and we started competing with her. I took a year off, and I found my coach that I'm with now, and we've been competing with her now, I think 8 years with her.
Yeah. So you've competed many years.
Yes.
And what is it about going to Special Olympics that you love so much?
It's a community. It's not just one person going after one specific event. Like, I'm not just going to compete. I'm going there to meet other people. I'm going there to talk with girls who have been doing it longer than I've been alive. I'm going there to make friendships that I've never would have made on my own.
And you've been very successful. Obviously, along the way, you've won a lot of medals. Tell me what has been your favorite part. Is it the competing? Is it the friendships? Is it getting the medals?
A lot of it is really just the competition and the camaraderie that you build with those that you compete against. I'm in a bracket where there's only 3 of us competing at my level, and I looked forward to finally being able to compete against them after about 4 years of having no competition. So it's really getting to know your competitors versus actually either the friendship or the competition itself.
Yeah. So Erin, who can compete? You know, how old do you have to be? How young, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Or when do you have to stop? And what different areas
Yep.
are there available to
Well,
people?
there's 32 different sports that are offered, Olympic-style sports
Cool.
that we offer. And Special Olympics for ages 8 on up. You could be 100 and still compete. So really, any athlete that wants to come out 8 on up can do so. Special Olympics actually started something pretty cool recently here in Michigan, the Young Athletes Program, which is from ages 2 through 7. And so that really kind of gets the younger athletes started, helps them develop cognitively, physically, emotionally, and also really kind of a great support system for families as well to kind of start them young in the system.
So Jackie, with all your experience as an athlete, you actually joined the board of directors.
Yes.
Tell us what that's like, and what insight are you able to give to the rest of the board, because you actually are an athlete and you've been on the front lines competing and practicing and training for all these years.
The board of directors has been a really interesting thing. I never would have figured as a high school student, actually just graduated high school student, to ever be part of a huge position. So we get to sit down and we discuss all of the things that are going on. One of the more recent things is we actually changed our code of conduct because of the way one of the wordings was done. And it was really cool for me to see all of the backgrounds that what goes into changing something like that and who has to approve of it, and something that I never think of because we sign our code of conduct after every sport. And so we say, okay, I agree that I will obey the laws, that I'll obey Special Olympics rules, that I'll obey this. And then we had to adjust one of the things under the rules that will follow state, local, and federal laws. And it was a really interesting thing to me because I never really read it through it before. And then here I am spending 3 weeks scouring this whole thing. How do we word this?
Yeah, that's wonderful. And so overall, what does this do? I mean, does it really just add the physical and emotional and family components?
It does. It really does. I mean, we've got 2,600 athletes coming out to Mount Pleasant for the state summer games. That's a lot. About 800 of those are coming from West Michigan alone. So got a lot coming from the west side.
Great
as well.
showing.
Yeah. Overall in the state, we've got nearly 20,000 athletes and 20,000 volunteers. And so, I mean, it really helps the athletes feel included. It helps them just grow on so many different levels. It's
Yeah.
just really just an amazing thing, seeing all the athletes and everyone come
And
together.
people can come out and support it too?
Yeah.
Just show up?
Yep, yeah, you can just, as far as the state summer games you go, you can just come out and just cheer them on. We've been accepting volunteers. If you're ever interested in volunteering or helping out, or if you have someone or know someone who's interested in competing or getting involved, just go to somi.org, and it's just a click away.
And we know that as part of this, you're also all about health care screening, and you have a great opportunity for the athletes who are actually going to be on site in Mount Pleasant to have some great medical services. Tell us about that.
Yeah, that's right. It's called the Healthy Athletes Village. And what it is the athletes, when they're at the games, when they're not competing, they can just make their way over to the Healthy Athletes Village on the campus of CMU. And there are doctors there that are volunteering their time. They're doing eye exams, foot exams, hearing tests, all sorts of physical tests just to check them out. And say an athlete comes in and they realize they need glasses, but they haven't gone to an eye doctor before because their family hasn't had the money to do so. Well, if they need glasses, they make them for them right on the spot for free, and they get to take them home with them. It's really just a great thing.
Yeah, that's wonderful. Well, Erin and Jackie, thank you so much for coming in today and telling us more about this opportunity for people, not just athletes, but an opportunity for volunteers and people to come out and support this amazing effort.
Great, thank you very much.
And I know Spartan's been involved for many, many years. We're partners with them as well. What a great organization.
Yes, very much. Thank you very much for having us.
Yeah, we'll be right back.
This is 8 West.